A growing number of political strategists reportedly believe that an impeachment push could actually help the president because it would rally the base and make him look sympathetic to undecided voters. This, according to Politico. So should Democrats pursue impeachment? Well, look at this. The panel is back. Chris, I will start with you because I know you think this is crazy. I've been saying all along, not only should the president sit with Robert Mueller, they should televise it, and he should dare, if Democrats win the House in the midterms, he should dare them to impeach.
I'm fine with him daring the Democrats to impeach because they're going to if they win the House.
That's why Nancy Pelosi would love to scream impeachment, but she's not. She's telling her caucus to stand down because she knows it is political poison.
But the problem is she can't control the monsters that she's created in the Democratic base. This has always been the Democrats' problem. This expectation that this Russia thing is actually going to lead to Trump being marched off to prison. It's never going to happen. This is a complete fantasy. Democratic leaders.
Peter Strzok knew that.
Democratic leaders have led their base to believe that this is actually going to happen. If they ever get the keys to the House, they're going to have some really difficult decisions to make, and it is going to be awful for them either way.
So Steve Bannon says that if Democrats somehow lose in November, that will be the start of a civil war. I think if they win, the exact same thing could happen.
I agree with you. Now, what worries me more is what leads up into November. I think it's really important that Republicans, like President Trump, stop talking about there being a red wave. What they should be doing is like what Governor Walker is doing in Wisconsin, saying, listen, Republicans, you need to be motivated to turn out. That's what precludes this happening. And we don't even get the opportunity for a Speaker Pelosi to pursue impeachment because Republicans keep Congress. That's what I want to see happen.
All right. So what's really going to happen here? Because I know everything with President Trump, love him or hate him, it's always weird. Nothing is normal, and nothing is going to happen the way it happened before, and the press is still going to exist, and the world will keep turning. I also think that impeachment for any other president is, unless you're Bill Clinton, a death sentence. But for this one, it is the best fundraising tool he could possibly imagine.
Absolutely. And I think what's really funny about all the Democrats wanting to impeach President Trump is that if they do that, then they get Mike Pence, who is way more conservative than Trump is on everything.
And by the way, not even more conservative, more effective.
Yeah,
you know, he's someone who could go
in Washington as a legislator.
There's no hashtag never Pence in the Republican Party, but there is never Trump.
No, there would be such a huge sigh of relief from half of Republicans. Finally, one of us.
And their TV, I don't even remember what TV was like before Trump tweets.
No, you know what you had to do on shows like this? You had to sit in a room for a couple of hours and trying to figure out what to talk about.
But see,
now you're trying to figure out what not to talk because everything is insane.
Kat, you bring up a really important point. Like, the reality is if Trump's gone, you have President Pence. But that's not what the insane Democratic base thinks. They think somehow they're going to get President Hillary.
Yes,
I'm telling you, these people are nuts.
You know what
I don't understand how it works.
And this is what is so funny. To your point, they think that Donald Trump is so toxic that he is a lava monster that's going to pull everyone into his hot hell, and they are going to disintegrate.
And they're going to get a do-over.
They think the same thing with Mike Pence. And if Hillary, President Hillary, isn't rightfully put atop her perch, then somehow Nancy Pelosi will be president.
Right, the coronation is forthcoming, but Democrats don't
There's
have
still a barge in the Hudson with fireworks.
Democrats always, every other week, they think they have some kind of silver bullet that's going to grant them their blue wave. And it's just a matter of whatever palace in D.C. They don't get that is exactly what landed them where they are right now in President Trump in the White House. It's because Americans, A, think everyone in Washington's a crook anyway, so why not have Donald Trump up there who at least doesn't lie to us about it? But B, the fact that they think that what bathroom we use or whatever social justice issue of the day is, I think that's most important to Americans when really it's about feeding your families and being able to run your businesses the way you want to. They still haven't figured that out.
And that's a really good point because there are a lot of people in this country, and it's funny because the polling bears this out. The president is at the exact same point as Ronald Reagan and George Bush. And, at this point in his presidency, and they try and say he's the most unpopular president of all time. People really don't like him. They really don't like his personality and his impulsivity. But like Mattie says, they love a good economy. They love the idea that there's a competitive job market.
Right, absolutely. And the main challenge for Republicans is definitely going to be voter enthusiasm. Voter enthusiasm is high among Republicans compared to previous elections, but Democrats, it's a little bit high. higher. So need to get people excited to go out and vote, which is tough to do because voting is very boring. You know, you sit there in line.
I think is interesting. Taxes, those are boring.
You sit there in line, and then there's like not even a roller coaster at the end when you get to the end of the line.
That's really funny, but people also say out of one side of their mouth like, "Oh, President Trump is the worst," but I love my lower taxes.
I like being richer. I like being better off now
guys,
than I
thank
was.
you so much, Chris, Mattie, and Kat. Great show. All right, Topical Storm is next. Stay here.